Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I have another deck profile for you guys. It's been a little while since I uploaded one of these, and I kind of want to get back to it. But this is more obviously of a fun sort of casual deck. Well, fun for you, not so much fun for your opponent, I guess. Today we're going to be talking about a concept that I love, stun, or anti-meta, whatever you really want to call it. This is inspired by really by MCole40. Robbie Cole himself, is a really good stun player. He's constantly thinking different concepts and stuff like that. So this list is kind of based on him, tweaked some things, added some stuff, changed some stuff up. Played at locals last night, sort of like mixed results. But let's just get into the profile itself, starting with the main deck. Starting with the main, we're going to go with 3 of best boy of the deck is Inspector Border. The card that I have to explain to everybody every round. Basically, long story short, they worded him stupidly on here. Neither player gets any monster effects until there is an extra deck monster or a ritual monster on the field. And then it's not quantity of them, it's types. So even if you had 2 XYZs, you still only get 1 effect. And until then, there is none. There's a misconception that you get 1, but that is not true. You get no effects. So this turns off hand traps, like right when he's normal summoned and everything. So like very common, you'll normal summon him, then go like duality or something, and it shuts off their ability to hand trap you. Besides, like, they can imperm him, which feels bad, but he's one of my favorite cards in Yu-Gi-Oh history. He's insanely complicated, and I don't really blame people for not understanding. Very complicated card, but it makes the game pretty easy after he hits the field. Talk about easy after they hit the field. Fossil Dyna, Pachycephalo. Neither player can special summon, and on flip, it destroys all special summon monsters. This is an age-old card. It's pretty good. Classic stun monster. If you can keep this thing alive on the board, it turns into like your best card pretty much. 3, Banisher of Radiance. Macrocosmos on legs. Macrocosmos, pretty good card. Probably should be a 3 in my opinion. But we have 3 Banishers. Any card sent to the graveyard is banished instead. 1600 body, which is okay for this deck. This deck does have a hard time with like attack value. That's sort of the theory behind these two. Thunder King Ryo. Yeah, he has the mistake Thunder Colossus sort of effect where neither player can add cards. He can also stop an inherent summon by sending himself to the graveyard. He was like really the underperformer of the day. I might take this out for like, I don't know, like a barrier statue, like the water one or something. Not sure yet. But 1900 body, it's kind of, he's good in theory, but not, in my experience, not the greatest in execution. And then the final 2 monsters are your bricks. And boy, did they brick for me. Out of 4 rounds at locals, I drew these into my hand 3 times. So in 4 matches, in which most of my matches went to game 3, I kept drawing these. And yeah, or my last game, I desired this away and then drew into the Red Eyes Fusion, which could have helped me out. But you got to play them because we are playing the Dragoon stuff. Because we like playing unfair cards. Spells, 3 Pot of Extravagance. Drawing 2 is pretty good. Probably my favorite spell in the game until Disparity comes out. But shh, don't tell Extravagance that. 3 Red Eyes Fusion. Summon a pretty good boss monster that's a little overpowered in my opinion. 2 Desires. Drawing guards is pretty good. I don't want 3 of this. I just personally don't like it. 2 Duality. Nice German dualities here. I don't know. I like this card a lot. It's, it doesn't conflict with Extravagance. And you can still add. It does conflict with Thunder King, which is another reason I'm not liking Thunder King as much as I used to. And the last, probably the best draw card of the deck is Demise. Sadly at 1. Last spell is 1 copy of Moon Mirror Shield. This card helps you win battles over anything. So this on a Fossil Dyna is kind of like GG's a lot of the time, because they can't special summon and they can't kill it by battle. Or in a border or something like that. Any of your stuff. You just continuously run over things, which is fun. Traps, which there are a lot of them. 3 Solemn Judgments, 3 different rarities, by the way, and sorry, not my ghosts. Those are in another deck. But still one of my favorite trap cards in the game. Just say no to people. 3, speaking of saying no, 3 copies of Solemn Strike. And then I have to flex, the 1 German copy. Again, say no, stop special summons, stop effects. If they are managing to get effects off, and you don't have border, maybe you can stop it with that. And the last 2, I just played 2 warning. I didn't want 3. You're burning enough life points as is. Both of these are in English, so let's just move on. I just played 2 impermanents. I tried to keep the list is at 45. I just felt weird putting it to 46 by putting in a 3rd. And honestly, this card was not very good. I don't think it's as good this format. It's okay. But I actually sided this out pretty often. It never really came up because I don't know, a lot of Shaddoll stuff is happening in the graveyard, or you'll have Drytrons or something summon themselves out of the graveyard, or you'll have VWs activating in the hand. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's definitely not a bad card. I just think currently not as good as it used to be. A card that is very good, there can only be 1. A lot of decks cannot play through this. I had 1 round against Dragon Maid, and he had a very hard time with this because I just let him summon one of the 500 attack point ones, and then I just did this. And that was kind of what happened. 2 Storming, because my monsters are really little, and if you summon anything relatively big, you're probably going to kill me. So I got to try and protect myself. Crackdown. Also not the greatest performer of the day. It was all right. Helps you stall a little bit at times, but not as good. Protection again, Phantom Knight's Sword, and then I'll just throw in the 1 wing. These just keep your stuff alive. This boosted by 500 permanently, and it can't die for a turn, so it's not like an equip. These work as equips, and they're 800 attack, and if your monster would die, this dies first. So this on a Dyna makes it 2k. This on a border makes it a 2800 border, which is pretty scary. All around good cards. Last trap in the main Imperial Order. This was pretty good. This against Shaddoll, even against Dragon Maid, helped out quite a bit. Obviously, there's some decks that don't really care about this as much. And you are hurting yourself in life point game, but meanwhile, you're trying to build up resources and hopefully finish off the game. In the let's go extra deck first. In the extra, it's just mostly Best Boy, Red Dragoon. This card's really, really strong, and I know some people think that it's overrated, but I think it's pretty good, and especially in this deck, if you can get this off and then proceed with your other plays, you're in a good spot. Really, the rest of this is Waking the Dragon targets. So spoiler alert for something in the side. 3, what's his name? Last Warrior, 3 Ulti Falcon, and then I could not find my Stardust, or else I would have played Starlight Road. But I don't know, we have a Zeus, we have this giant robot thing who's 5k, We have 2 Megaclops, who's like immune to stuff. We have Boral Sword, and we have Zeroboros. I would certainly change this. I would play like 3 Starlight Roads. And maybe I've thought about like God Slime and playing Metal Reflex Slime, but I don't know. Most of the time, you're probably just going to go for Dragoon or something anyway. Or you're banishing them off of Extrav. Side deck. This was 3 Cosmic Cyclones. Where's my flex? There it is. Card's pretty good. You know, get rid of some back row. 2 Dark Ruler No Mores. Couldn't find my 3rd copy, or else I probably would have played 3, because going second with this deck is not very fun, and I didn't win all my die rolls. So I'll play this. I thought about droplets, but you don't really play a high monster count, so if you're trying to droplet like a Zeus or a Dragoon, you're going to be pitching like a really valuable resource, in my opinion, so I don't think it's really worth it. And then 1 Harpies for more back row removal. That was it for the spells on the side. Traps, because you know we needed more of those. Evenly, going second sucks to this deck. Bribes, negate their stuff. These would have been probably Starlight Roads if I could find them. I mean, you could still play Starlight Road, but I really just wanted the full benefit of it. 2 Wiretap. This one has a flex copy, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. 2 Wiretaps. I thought I would face more like Eldritch and stuff than I did, or like this protects you from Evenly and stuff like that. Dogmatica Punishment is a very scary card for this deck. And then top it off with 2 Waking the Dragon. Just summon whatever you want, because people always try to pop my back row. Yeah. Fun fact, this got Skullmeistered, so that happened. But yeah, that's my current build of Stun. Let me know what you guys think down below. And you know, it's just a really, really fun deck. It's certainly not super meta competitive or anything, but it's something that you can take to locals and just completely surprise people. I remember round one, I had to go second against Shadal, and obviously he didn't know what I was playing, and he ends on Winda, and probably thought pretty highly of himself, but Winda does nothing to me. So there's that. Matchups, I guess, were I 2-0'd the Shadal player round 1. Let's see, round 2 was I think round 2 was Burning Abyss. That went to game 3, and he beat me in time with Barbar. But he's my friend Chris. He's a good player there. Yeah, it was an interesting match. We had like a 25-minute game 1. He was also playing Storming Mirror Force, by the way. So at the same table were literally 100% of the copies of Storming that were at the tournament. Round 3 was Dragon Maid, and that also went to a game 3, where I was kind of just lucky to get There Can Only Be One fast enough. And like a Banisher. Banisher was very, very vital in that matchup. It's just not allowing him to have his resources in the graveyard was pretty good. And then round 4 was against Dogmatica Invoked, a deck that I personally also play, and maybe you'll see a profile for that for my variant on this channel in the future. Very good deck. I believe that also went to game 3, and I ended up losing. That was the game where I desired my my Dark Magician, and then drew Red Eyes Fusion on like my last turn of the game. So it happens, you know. You're playing kind of a sacky, trolly deck, but it is fun. I've always loved Stun sort of as a concept. I've always loved this monster. He is really cool. And yeah, if you like this, please consider hit that subscribe button. If you have any suggestions as a Stun player, please let me know. I might make some adjustments to this and play it again in the future. Who knows? If there are any other like sort of like fun deck profiles you're thinking about, I'd I have a good amount of sort of like fun decks. I could see if I could put any of them together, and I'm thinking of doing like one day of locals where I'm playing a more meta deck, and then one day of locals where I'm playing more of a fun deck, and maybe I could do some more profiles on that. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, everybody. My name is Miasma, and I'll see you next time.